1496, good luck. Oh, we have actually played before. That could have been any time control. If you click your score there, it'll bring the game up that you've played. Well, see, I won't do it while I'm actually playing a game. We've played virtually the same number of rapid games as well, 1200 and something each. I think I'll play Sicilian for this one instead of the Carol. We'll probably go for this Khan setup that we normally go for when I do the Sicilian. This is what I normally aim for. Actually, I'll play the knight up first. I'm not sure if it really matters a great deal which the move order is. He comes down to attack the knight, so we could maybe play knight up. You don't really want to move pieces twice in the opening phase if you can help it, but sometimes it's okay. Here. Knight needs to move somewhere. No, I don't like that. I'm just going to stick to this, and I assume he'll take. He does. So we'll bring a pawn in. He probably should push here to fix this. No, he doesn't do that. So I'm going to play d5. So we just undouble that pawn, and we're just going to try and get the pieces up. Bishop to one of these and get castled. Okay, he attacks us there, so we're going to develop the knight, and we can take back if he captures. And he does, so there's no reason not to take back. Bishop down, we can always drop back if we need to, but we're just going to try and castle. There's no light squared bishop to worry about now. So we're just going to try and castle, get the bishop here. Okay, so the first move to look at here is there a mistake there? We can take and break up his structure, but that would open the file for his rook. If we go here, I think he can safely take. He takes, we take, we lose out. So that's not a move. So we can trade, we can protect our bishop somewhere or other. We can trade and give him a broken pawn structure. It's probably good for us, but it does, once he castles, it opens the file for his rook. A little bit more risk is it? We could go here. I don't like that. I'm going to take the risk. He can take back. Now I can play queen up and attack 2 pawns. Or I can just castle, but it looks like queen up looks like a good move to me. Now what does he do? Say he guards it with the queen down. If we take here, maybe he can activate his rook. So he's maybe got queen here. Grab a pawn, rook across. We have to retreat. He could get a nice attack, so I'm just going to castle and ignore it. He's going to castle and put the rook on this open file, so we need to get our bishop into the game. So I'm just going to push this pawn and get the bishop up somewhere or other here. Then idea to put the knight in at some point. Okay, he's come forward. I'll just develop the bishop then and attack that rook and see what he does. So he's just stepped up. Now I'm going to step across and just pressure this pawn. Okay, he's come forward there. He's not really thinking as he's just moving. So do I want the rook across? Do I want the queen up? I think I'll move the queen. And if I move the queen up though, he's maybe got this sack in mind. I'm going to play the rook across, and if that knight moves, I'm coming in. That's what my intention is. And knight has moved. So I'm now going to come in and attack this rook and see where he goes. He'll have to come forward somewhere, I guess. We could always trade our bishop for one of the knights as well. That could be sensible. Could be very, very sensible. So here, if he takes knight across, I don't really like, but I think the knights are doing more than my bishop is, so I'm going to trade it. So now what do? We need to come up with a plan. So rook down looks like it might be a nice move here, but we could come under attack, so maybe not. Queen up, and he doesn't have this, so queen up looks like a pleasant move. I could maybe just sack this pawn as well. Break that structure up. I like the look of that actually, just like a holding move. If he takes, it just shatters the pawn structure, otherwise we can take, but he's getting very active for a quick attack here. We don't want to allow that, so queen here gives him rook across, so queen here looks more sensible, but here, knight back. Maybe he's getting active. Do I play a move like f5? No, because of this. I'm going to take the pawn. He's doing really, really, really well, actually, isn't he? Let's play this queen up move. He's playing this rather well. Rather well. I'd be kind of pleased if the queen came off, but then I've given him 2 connected passed pawns. So that might not be very feasible, but he doesn't have rook here because of the knight. He has got knight back. Then what do? If we go here, it just develops his rook for him. Bit problematic. Rook here to pressure the pawn, but again, it's not an immediate threat. But rook here would allow us to double up. Oh, he's come forward, so is there any trick in the position? Can we leave the queen hanging and come across? But I don't think it gains us anything. Here, if he takes, we take with a check, but he takes our knight, so that's no good. So what if I just drop back then? Let's just calmly drop back. We can push pawns at some point, but I need to get the rooks both into play. Here, knight across, he attacks our rook, but he doesn't have a jump in, does he? So here, but if he does attack us, where are we going? I'm not sure. And he's got these dangerous pawns. So I really have to get my rooks into play, don't I? So how do I do it? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to play the rook forward and just try and risk it and see if I can double them up and go after the back rank. Yeah, I've probably gone wrong in the opening somewhere here, allowing these two pawns. So he's come across to attack us. So again, is there a tactic in the air now? Can we grab a pawn? Can we grab a pawn here? No, I don't think we can. We gain a pawn, lose a queen, gain a queen, lose a rook, gain a rook, but he can take us with a check first. Gain a pawn, lose a queen, gain a queen, lose a pawn, gain a rook, lose a rook. It doesn't gain me anything. Okay, I guess we can step across then. We actually create a threat here to win the pawn, so he's got to deal with that. 2 attack it, 1 defend, and I'm close to getting my rook across and then going after the back rank. Okay, he has guarded it, but now I'm going to come across and try and go after the back rank. Okay, he's played knight over, so we can go here or directly here. So does it matter? I think I should go after the back rank rook. But should I though? Because I've got a chance to go here and maybe get this pawn, haven't I? Let's go here. He doesn't have knight in because we're covered. We're threatening the pawn and the queen. But has he got a good reply? Again, this game I'm a minute and a half down. Getting down too much time in too many of these games. But yeah, in principle, I'm looking to go here and remove one of the rooks. But at some point, I've got to find a way to push a pawn to avoid the back rank mate. But if I can get one of these, it weakens the other one. And maybe we can do this and this, as long as there's not a back rank mate threat. So here creates a very strong threat, but right now he's covered. Knight across might have been a move. Although, no, my rook was there, wasn't it? He attacked the rook, so I moved it, yeah. What do we do? What do we do? Let's worry about it when it's our move. Let's just see where he chooses to move the queen. Okay, he's come forward, so does that give me rook across here to attack the queen again? Now I can see the queen is not trapped. You could go here or you could go back. But it would be good for us if he sacked. So that, in principle, would be a good move. But we've got a chance to grab a pawn. If he plays here, we can always play a move like f5 with a view to then coming forward. But here, if he drives him back, we can then come up and immediately double up. But he's still defending, isn't he? But that's a nice nuisance move, isn't it? But it's risky. We can always blunder tactics, so I think I'll grab the pawn. Is it a move? Well, let's do it. But at some point, I'm going to have to play f6 or more like the f5 here. Then the knight comes in and this all collapses, but danger alert, isn't it? If I go forward now, he just checks us and there's a back rank checkmate threat, so f6, knight in, e5, maybe the knight across anywhere, but yeah, I'm going to have to do it at some point. Let's see what he does. Difficult. Okay, he's gone for a sacrifice that I was not expecting. I was not looking at that at all, so I assume I need to take, but if he goes with the queen in here, we offer the queen trade and we create a threat if he tries to avoid it. It's got to be right to take. Now, I could maybe risk going forward here, creating this threat, because the only back rank check is covered by my rook. So rook up is a move, but it risks the back rank mate. but I'm threatening to simply take and give up 2 rooks for the queen, but I get the pawn as well, and it will be a queen against rook and knight, and that would be winning for me with correct play. So that's got to be the main first move to look at. But that's the only reason it's playable, is because this one back rank move is covered by the rook. I don't see anything else, and I don't see how he actually defends it. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because if he pushes the pawn, we just crash through and it's mate in 2, so he can't push the pawn. I think he's going to have to allow 2 rooks for queen and pawn. Then my queen should be too strong for these pieces, but it don't mean it is. It's still risk and reward. You might get a pawn down the board, it might become a new queen. But it's only playable this because that one back rank move right now is covered by the rook. But yeah, if I can't win that outside B pawn, then it could go from better to worse. I might not actually be better. I won't know till after the game when we check. But I've got to be ultra careful now not to blunder this back rank mate. But I'm planning on just taking the pawn on G2 and give up 2 rooks for the queen and the pawn. That's what I'm planning on. But if he ends up with king there at the end, we've got a queen check and we hit the knight. That would just kill the game. But if he gets behind and he finds a way to protect it, it's still, you know, as long as you can protect it and not blunder it, it's still not necessarily a guaranteed win. Okay, so he's gone for that. So I think we're fine to just take here now. Then we just get the knight as well. He's got to protect this outer pawn. I just resigns. He's had enough. He's got to protect this pawn, hope that there isn't a triangulation there, and then just eventually push it, and we're completely stuck. We'll have to get the king behind the pawn. But let's just see what it was in engine speak, see if there was anything that could have been done there, or if we were worse in the opening. Playing an opening I don't play too often, so let's just see what it was in engine language. Just the closed Sicilian. If you click on that, you'll get some puzzles to do. But yeah, there's always something to learn from every game that you play. So if you're trying to learn and improve at chess, try and always do these post-game reviews and learn what you can from, especially in the opening play. See if any mistakes you make or your opponents produce any really good play that you didn't know. So there's been a blip here. So we've been much better on one move. Then we blundered it kind of back from +7 to +3. So we have blundered here or made mistakes. Yeah, we've blundered here as well. So back to level from +1. So 87, 80 on the accuracy. Lots and lots of mistakes from both of us, but I'd expect that. It's not an opening I routinely play, just now and again for that bit of variety. Yeah, and I should have played the knight forward here. I looked at that, didn't I? So should I jump the knight forward here? It's one of them principles in the openings. You don't try to move pieces twice if you can help it, but it's one of them where it is the right move to make. But I didn't do it, but I should have done. You should ignore it. Then we go A6. You go back, then you just drop the knight back. So you look at that and think, well, what's the point? But the engines speak a language of their own. It's just shuffling, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's just a waste. I don't want to do that. And then we've got a blunder coming up here with rook to b8 as well. So what did we do there? Oh, I should have gone to c8, not to b8. I was just trying to create a pawn push that we actually did. Yeah, and that's what he did. He blundered with... Oh, I've just missed this. I just didn't see it. He's got knight to c6, but we're still actually level. So he can play knight into c6. We have to move and he can win an exchange, but we're actually not worse. Ironically, it's still 0.0 level. I just didn't see that move. I was just going after the pawn. So if that's my only blunder of the game, then it could have been worse. And then we're just basically better for the rest of the game now. So he dropped back, he should have come forward. A little bit of a risky move, but that's the right move. Then here, I should have been bolder pushed. Again, it looks counterintuitive to me. E5 just allows his knight to come straight across potentially. But that's what I should have done. I traded. Then here, I should not have taken. I should have moved the queen out to this side, even though he's getting ready to attack this side again. Counterintuitive. I don't like moves like that. But the engine is a bit stronger than me, of course. But this was good. Now here again, I should have played this e5 move in the center, kicking the knight, and at least this way you can't come in now. Okay. And then there I should have played g6 instead of doubling the rooks up. Then here he's blundered. Oh, we got a back rank mate here. I could have actually taken the pawn. There's a back rank mate threat. You can see it straight away now. If you take queen takes, rook takes, the rook comes in, the king can't step out, so you've got to block and it's actually checkmate. So that's a free pawn and we're going to get the rook off the board. So that one blunder cost us 2.5 points. And then, yeah, I should have played the rook in here. It's another move I was looking at instead of taking the pawn. But I thought he can either come across here or he can go back, but I should have done it. So we should have gone rook f2. The queen goes back. Oh, let me just play the rook back. Okay, so he goes back again, so what's the point? But then I throw that f5 move in. Okay. I didn't see all of this, of course. But that's what we apparently should have done, but I didn't see any of that. But then in this position, thankfully I have worked it out. I could see that I was winning the knight at the end. And it's now plus 6.6. But yeah, his best bet here, get the rook behind the pawn, and then hope you don't blunder some triangulation. So try and keep the king and the rook on different colours to try not to blunder a triangulation here. And then just keep your pawn there and just sit and shuffle. It's all you can basically do. But eventually we'll come across behind. That'll free the queen up and then we should be fine, should be winning. So, but again, decent effort for the rating gap, so well done.